I'll start with asking a first question. Ja, how would you explain and summarize your experience so far tonight?
Tonight,
Yeah, tonight.
it's been crazy. Obviously a wild moment for me, coming from my story, like what I've been through to get to this point. And I'm just very excited to be able to accomplish my dream.
Michael.
Omari Sankofa from The Athletic. You've played it pretty close to the vest up until now, just on your feelings about, where you wanted to go, if anywhere, and your thoughts of being drafted. Now that you're wearing that Memphis Grizzlies hat, what do you think of Memphis, and how does it feel to finally hear your name called?
It means a lot. Obviously, it means that Memphis sees a lot in me, and I'm just grateful and thankful for them on drafting me, and I'm very excited to play in Memphis.
Otis Livingston, CBS 2 here in New York. You talked a lot about Damian Lillard and some of the other mid-major players that inspired you or brought attention. How do you feel about falling into that lineage as someone that other mid-major kids are going to look at as inspiration?
Like you said, like Dame, CJ, Curry, Siakam, Van Fleet. I mean, we can go down the line of mid-major players who made a name for themselves in this league, and I feel like guys who opened the door for me, and it's only right that I go in and try to do what those guys did, make a name and keep the doors open for other mid-major players, and it just means a lot for them to look up to me.
One here again.
Just what has the process been like for you? And obviously you just got drafted, but you had a meeting with the Grizzlies recently. Just what has that initial message to you been like as far as your expectations for next season?
Obviously, I think it went good. I got to know them and they got to know me, and I mean it's just an honor to be able to play for Memphis.
Ja, during the pre-draft process, at what point did you start to, were you ever tired and were you able to enjoy it, and were you able to enjoy it tonight, or was it just overwhelming at some point?
No, I had to enjoy the whole process. Obviously my first time going through it, and like who would have thought I would have been in this position right here 3-4 years ago. And I have the opportunity to do it now, and the process was very exciting, and I'm just happy.
Ja, what did it mean just kind of seeing what the Grizzlies move they made yesterday and kind of making room, looks like, for you to kind of really take hold of this franchise?
I have some big shoes to fill, and Mike Conley, he's a great player, and I wish him the best. And like I said before, it just means the Grizzlies see a lot in me.
Just remind you, when you're asking a question, just keep your hand raised and make sure that we hear your name and affiliation, please. Over here.
Yeah, Jordan Schultz, ESPN. Ja, have you had any communication with Jaren at all during this process?
Me and Jaren have been talking for a while. We had a strong relationship before the process started, and it was just mainly him congratulating me on everything that I've accomplished. And now I have the opportunity to play with Jaren.
George Willis from the New York Post. This draft class is always going to be linked together. What do you think you guys collectively bring to the league?
A lot of excitement. I feel like there's a lot of talented guys in this draft class, and you don't know who's going where to what team, but I do feel like we'll bring excitement to this league.
Christian Arnold, the Associated Press. Just, I'm sorry if you answered this already, but just what was this feeling like tonight to be drafted in this environment and to kind of see where your future is headed?
It was very exciting and emotional. I'm trying not to get emotional now, but It's just an honor to be in this position that I'm in right now, and I'm happy for it.
Any other questions for Ja?
Just a follow up to that. Just all right. Now that you know where you're going, what's the next step for you? What do you do to prepare? Heading into the summer, heading into training camps next fall. What do you do now that you know where you're headed?
I'm just going to continue to try to be the best Ja I can be on and off the court, and try to come in and do whatever I can to help this team win games, and also try to come in and make a name for myself and an impact on the Memphis Grizzlies.
John, what was your dad's first reaction when you got drafted? You said he's your biggest hater. So what was his biggest reaction when you finally got your name called?
He definitely was happy. But knowing him, once I get back and get to see him, he'll probably say, I still haven't done anything yet, just to continue to push me to be the best Ja I can be.
One second, so we're at you.
Ja, Shen Chong from Tele Triunfo. So congrats on the Nike deal, and would you give us any? Would you tell us, would you share with us what that brand means to you and some of the positive takeaways about this sponsorship deal, about this endorsement, the whole thing?
It means a lot to me, actually. Growing up, I always wanted a pair of Nikes, and now I have the chance to work with them. And like I said, it's a wild moment for me to be able to be partners with Nike.
Is there any other questions for Ja? Thank you, John.